Greetings, Elder Blacklight here. Picture you see in the back of me is Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Made itself known in 1930, July the 4th. Independence Day for the Caucasian from Europe, and Independence Day for the black man from the Caucasian. Now, a lot of us was raised by our mothers and parents, and instead of them teaching us not to celebrate the Caucasians' holidays, they taught us to celebrate the holidays. And when Master Farad Muhammad came back in 1930 and told us that he told the Honorable Elijah Muhammad who our ancestors were, what the Caucasian meant to us. He was our open enemy. We were in a war with him for 400 years. We're still in a war with him. But what's surprising to me is that you don't want to recognize it, and you keep on doing the same habits over and over again. He gave to us a dietary law. It's just now beginning to catch on to a lot of people. But anyway, I want to take you back to Savior's Day, just before the departure of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is Savior Day 1974. Since the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been neglected by the mainstream black, and all of you have neglected him. You lost all your black businesses. You're trying to get some economical status and basis, but you slept. Check this out.
Brothers and sisters, in our business enterprises during the past year, we moved toward $50 million in income. Which of course is only a beginning. We have only scratched the surface, because what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has in his head for us, we cannot imagine. This is only the beginning, brothers and sisters, and if we obey him and follow him and join with him, the black people in the hells of North America will soon have, in truth, that totally independent nation that our leader and teacher has been teaching us for. Move right along, brothers and sisters, I would like to just read to you a list of some of the enterprises of the Nation of Islam. You know, this nation that they talk about that operates mom and pop shops. We'll show you exactly what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is truly doing. Salam Restaurant, the Muslim import stores, the Muslim fish house, the Shabazz grocery store, the Shabazz bakery and coffee shop, Temple No. 2 clothing store and office building, the new sales and office building on 78th Street, the Guarantee Bank and Trust Company, Progressive Land Developer, Good Foods Incorporated, which is meats, produce, and eggs. Chicago Lamb Packers, a national trucking system, an aviation department at Gary, Indiana, Muhammad Speaks newspaper plant, which is a cold storage and warehouse, over 200 apartment units, not to speak of the single-family dwellings that he has put his followers in. Farms in Michigan, farms in Georgia, farms in Alabama. Over 150 temples in North America, Bermuda, Jamaica, and Honduras. Over 46 Muhammad universities of Islam. In the planning stage, a 500-bed hospital, a new Islamic university, the Temple No. 2 renovations, and the new university at the Temple Temple No. 2 on Stony Island Avenue. The Cottage Grove redevelopment plan, which runs from 78th Street to 87th Street on the east side of Cottage Grove, in the design stage. The Phoenix, Arizona development proposal, which is also in the design stage. Salam Snack Shop, Your Supermarket, Shabazz Bakery, Shabazz Barbershop, Shabazz Restaurant, Capital Cleaners, National Clothing Factory, National Fairs Factory, and again residential homes. This is what our leader and teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is leading us to.
Lessons by Master Farad Muhammad to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the Lost Foundation of Islam in North America. To the Muslims of No. 1 Michigan, the following is the original rules of instruction to the laborers of Islam, and the title of Muslim given by our Savior before his departure, with a footnote of a few words of explanation to lay pressure upon their minds of their many errors in the past and present, that they may see the light and walk therein. I thank you, Elijah Muhammad. Instructions given to the laborers by our Savior, W.D. Farad Muhammad. 1. The student must study his assignment, lesson number 1. Each student should copy the answers of lesson of Minister Elijah Muhammad and study until the student is able to memorize by heart all answers to of said lesson number 1. Note: here, lesson number 1 is said to be the student's assignment first. Lesson number 1 lays the base of our work today and gives the student a clear knowledge of himself and his heavenly home, the best part of the earth, and who was the enemy to him and his nation, and why the enemy and righteous could not live together, and why was the righteous able to cast out his enemy. This teaches the student what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth. Why is stress made to the Muslims to copy the minister Elijah Muhammad's answers? The past history shows that the Almighty Allah sends prophets and apostles for the people's guide and example, and through them his mystery was revealed, and those who follow the apostle would see the light.
This is so easy to put together. Now, why is it so easy to put together? Because that was in 1974 when they had their economic program in full effect. Fast forward to now, the nation has went down because of hypocrites. The black man is in trouble now because he did not follow teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He had businesses and he don't have no businesses no more. The Arab community, the Chinese, everybody is taking the black man's money. He's not recycling the dollar among himself. Back then, we were doing for self. If the brothers in the Nation of Islam would have stuck to the plan, we would have had a hospital bed, we would have had boatloads of doctors and scientists. We would have been an independent nation. I mean, I keep going over this, keep celebrating the Caucasians' holidays and festivals. Every time you do that, you give him your money, because everything, he owns everything, he produces everything, and you give him all your money. So now y'all laid off because of this coronavirus. Y'all don't have no jobs. Don't want to invent no jobs for yourself. If you use your imagination, you can do the same thing that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, providing that you were righteous. But see, you're so corrupt under the spell of the Caucasian that you can't think righteous thoughts. You can only think corrupt thoughts. Your imagination is null and void. You don't have none. Except when it comes to hip-hop and movies and stuff like that. And the white man finances all your movies, finances all your music. So ain't no brother gonna talk against that. No. Unless he's an independent brother, independent musician. Stay tuned.